Hey, what's up, beautiful souls? So, in the United States of America, it is election day. Um, and so I just felt led to get on here and say a couple of things about that. One, you've heard in some of my other videos, if you're following me, and if you are following me, thank you. If you're not, think about subscribing. But if you've been following me, you've heard me say that I have transitioned from a life of religious practices, having grown up in church, to spirituality and spiritual practices. And the major difference for me is that as a spirit being, I am led by my inner being, my inner self, my inner G, my inner God, right? And not by other people's interpretation of God, source, consciousness. So, and that being said, here's the deal with voting. In the spiritual community, as in all other communities, there's, differences of opinion, differences in belief. And I heard somewhere today, and I've heard a couple of times over many years, that voting is not something that spiritual people should participate in because it's a way of feeding into the programming. It's a way of feeding into the matrix. It's a way of perpetuating, divisiveness and all of that. I get that. I hear that. I honor that. What I've learned and what I'm learning as I continue to evolve through my spiritual journey is that the best place to be, whether you're in religion, practicing a religion, or practicing spirituality, or whatever thing you call it, whatever you're practicing, the bottom line is to come from within. It's to come from within. It really is, in my opinion, in my experience. So what I mean by that is you hear everybody's thoughts and opinions, you value and you weigh them out. And you then go into your own meditation and you decide for yourself. You decide for yourself with a capital S what it is that you should do. Otherwise, it's still programming. When I first got into the spiritual community, I was so thirsty to hear a different opinion, a different thought, a different way of a different perspective than what I had been conditioned to believe all of my life. I was so thirsty for that. But what I found that I quickly started gravitating to certain people, certain speakers and spiritual leaders, and they became my new pastor, They became the new person who was telling me what to think and what to believe and how to interpret the stuff, And I quickly caught on to that, like, hold on. Quickly my spirit said, it's the same thing. Different person, different day, right? Different arena, same thing. Spirit was teaching me, no, come in, go in for information. Go in to get in alignment, information with your inner God, and follow that voice. Follow that voice. So I had to stop chasing, and following people and really get into this space of what is my inner self saying? What am I feeling, sensing, knowing in myself? Otherwise, it's programming still. It's just a different programmer. And it's just a different program. But it's still programming if you are listening to every single word somebody says and taking it as the truth for you. We are all, my daddy used to say, a Baptist preacher, my daddy used to say, it's a personal journey. This is a personal relationship, is what he used to say, with God. Like, you have to have your own personal relationship with God. That's what he used to say. And I get that. I feel that. Like, that makes sense to me. Because if I'm just handing over my mind to the next person that walks up, I'm still being programmed. I'm still not a sovereign being. I'm still being told what to do by somebody outside of me. Outside of me. So, I have friends who voted. I have friends who didn't vote. I voted. And it doesn't matter to me what they decided to do. What I decided to do is what I decided to do. And I mean close friends, who didn't vote. And we didn't have a debate about it. No debate. No need for a debate. I don't need to convince you to do what I'm doing. And you don't need to convince me to do what you're doing. I need to know for myself. I need to feel it for myself. And you need to know it and feel it for yourself. And we still are friends. That's the bottom line. It's to not be so divided. That's the problem we have now. Is that this is right and that is wrong. These people going to heaven, these people going to hell. These people are right, these people are wrong. And we're going to bomb and tear up and destroy anything that looks different from us. That's ridiculous. That's why we're in the situation we're in. So do your thing. Do what is right for you. Do what feels right, what you know is right for you in this moment. Well, 10 minutes down the road, we all might be like, well, what did I waste my time? And here's my thing. I voted, but you can ask my housemate. I voted every time, whether I was watching YouTube, or really that's all I watch, whether I was watching YouTube or anything else that, came on the TV and these ads popped up, I muted them. I don't care from which party it was, because I got my intuitive mind made up about who I wanted, what I wanted, where I wanted to cast my vote. And I didn't need any more conversation about it. I didn't need to hear all the issues. I didn't need to hear all the debates. I didn't need to hear all the conventions. I didn't need to do any of that. I just didn't need all of the voices. I knew intuitively what I wanted to do, and I did it. And I did it. And after that, I was complete. I'm complete. Done with it. Voted early. Dropped my ballot off at the voting place and was done. Discussing it, hearing about it, talking about it. Did my own research, looked up the issues, the questions, the whatever. I'm new to this state, so I asked one of my friends about a question about universities, because I know she works at a university. But other than that, I was like, you know what? I got to do this work myself. That's the choice I made. I'm not mad if you didn't, but I'm not telling you to vote or not to vote. I'm telling you to go in and choose for yourself, decide for yourself. Be careful. I speak about conditioning and programming a lot. And I said in that last video when I talked about be transformed by the renewing of your mind, I said you are constantly being programmed. We are constantly being programmed. Some of it we're doing ourselves. But we have to be thoughtful and intentional about which program we're going to run. Because we're always being programmed. So just choose the program you want. Because whether it's the Matrix program or the spiritual world program or the whatever, it's a program. Somebody's going to be telling you what to do. Somebody's going to try to tell you what is right. And you have to decide whether you're going to buy into it or not. Trust yourself enough to think for yourself. And when I say think, I mean meditate. I mean connect to your higher power. That's what I really mean when I say think for yourself. I mean connect. Listen. Listen in. You know? Did I say everything? Am I complete? I think that's it. I'm complete. Peace, love, and look. Oh, wait. Okay. The argument is that we're co-creating as a collective, right? The reality that we want, and we have to be careful which reality we give our energy to. True. Also, we are co-creating as a collective, and as we dismantle what isn't working for us, we have to be in the space to create what it is we do want. Like, until a new form of government or until a new way of doing this whole thing is created, somebody's got to sit in seats. For instance, as we transform education, educators who have a new vision for education have to stay connected. Like, I left public school space, but I'm still connected to education in other ways, and still lending my spiritual gifts and my intuitive wisdom to the field of education in other ways. So we can't just leave everything, or can we? In my mind, we can't just say, I'm not doing this anymore and I'm checking out of the world, of the matrix or the system, and leaving it in the hands of the people that are perpetuating this merry-go-round of repetitive story, repetitive narrative, this same old thing, every 4 years, same old thing. You know what I'm saying? Every school, every district, same old thing. Every medical professional, same old thing. Everything in the legal system, same old thing. Like, somebody's got to sit in these seats and change things. That's just my perspective. I could be wrong. And every now and then I am. Bottom line, be led by your higher self. Be connected to your source, your divine, intelligence. And make your decisions based on that, not based on someone who has become a YouTube celebrity or a Hollywood celebrity or a political celebrity or a, writer, public thinker, philosopher, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, be that for yourself. Trust yourself. And when by yourself, I mean your higher self, your God self. Trust yourself enough to think and act for yourself and choose for yourself. That's real freedom. Otherwise, you're just doing the same thing in a different circle, letting someone else tell you what to do. That's not freedom. All right, I am complete. Love you. Peace.